Now look at this, it's Pierre Gasly.
Hi everyone, Jay Calls, good to see you again and welcome to episode 2 of Alpha of the Pack. The last race didn't quite go to plan, a few mistakes here and there, especially from you guys. I'm still annoyed with you, god damn it! Make sure you check out the first episode before continuing with this one, but we've sort of come to the conclusion that McLaren and Haas are probably going to be our main rivals when it comes to trying to get to that top 6 place. Now, I've been watching a few streams, seeing a few videos. There's a lot of people changing their drivers straight away. This is something we're not going to be in any rush to do. I want to give Yuki a chance. I know Yuki has a few people out there wanting me to replace him straight away. I'm going to keep with him. But it's mainly because as well, once you start your first race, you have to wait a couple more before you can actually look at getting other drivers involved with getting into your team from other F1 teams, because they just think it's too close to the start of the season. However, our reserve driver Liam Lawson will be getting replaced very, very soon. I just don't know who with, but give me some suggestions underneath in the comments. I'll take... Also, let me know underneath there as well who you've been taking control of, how much you've been enjoying the game, and if you've made any driver changes yourselves. But enough of me talking. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, check out the links underneath, especially for the Twitch and the Discord. We're doing a McLaren save on Twitch, and it is incredible. Every single race is insane. Like we are this close to getting podiums now. It's brilliant. But next stop is Jeddah. Let's get going. As promised last week, the videos are going to be a little bit shorter, and hopefully the length we have today is going to be the average length of all future episodes which only have one race on them. Today we will start off with upgrading a load of our facilities. This is just going to boost up team attractiveness and morale. They're all reasonably cheap to do too, so we have the budget to do this, and if it means better driver morale, and in the future when we do start changing drivers about that we can get the better drivers, I'm all for it, 100%. For the race prep, I have little less confidence going into this one if it means that both our drivers are going to start crashing everybody out or getting crashed out. But we found out, we played around with a few things with the qualifying positions, and turns out we actually make a little bit more money promising 2 drivers into the top 15 rather than just going for 1 in 11th place. So we are good enough to easily get into that second qualifying session, so we'll happily take that. Going to be playing very safe with the rest of the promises
Formula
as well.
One is back. Welcome to one of the fastest circuits on the calendar here at Jeddah.
I want to keep this nice and short with the practice, because I did promise that we were going to be doing little to no practice within the episodes, or at least showing you it. So what I've learned from the Twitch streams is when selecting powertrain parts, try and use the lowest condition parts and use slow fuel, pace and tyre wear to extend the life of the car parts and to minimise the chances of crashes if possible. I think for future sessions we'll be keeping the first part on each section of the powertrain just for practice. So E1 and powertrain 1, ERS 1 will always be used for practice, and we can carry on doing this until it's about 25%, because in the end we're aiming for higher percentage setups and giving the XP to the reserves rather than actually going for pace. This tactic's going to save us a lot of money, prevent us from taking penalties, and preserve a lot of the powertrain parts in the long run through the season. As promised, our order settings that managed to get us to high confidence setups, lots of oversteer, little traction, little brake stability, high cornering and higher straights. So relatively simple for this round. Yuki with a very similar setup, just getting a lot of greats and an optimal in there too. So feel free guys to use this as a guide. Remember, your drivers will not have exactly the same as this, but hopefully taking note of the numbers on the side, we can help you get those higher setups. Now, remember what I said just before on the race prep about having a really good Q1. Easy to do, it's easy money. Well, what you're about to witness is a complete lapse in concentration and sending the drivers out at the completely wrong time. Doing so has just completely thrown any tactics I had for this race out of the window. We sent them out far too early. We were hoping to get a clean lap in before the whole crowd came out, and what happened instead is we had to go for everybody on their warm-up lap. And it wasn't until the last few cars went past the line, Tsunoda was already out. But Gasly, 2.5 seconds off the pace, it was never going to be enough. We messed up. We messed up so bad. We tried to be smart, tried to be ahead of the pack, and instead, we're pretty much towards the back of it. Lesson learned, we'll just play things safe from now on. You're more than welcome in the comment section underneath, no matter what question you're answering today or what comment you're putting in there. You're more than welcome to end it with, Jay, you're an idiot. With being towards the back of the grid though, it means we can plan out our new strategies and maybe gamble with a 2-stop. I'm only going for a 2-stop because I feel the cars right at the front are going to be so quick that trying to outsmart with a 1-stop is near enough impossible. However, I do believe that we have the ability to climb through the pack and potentially get 2 cars in the points position. By the time we've done the 2 stops, we'll be the best of the rest and we can get our first points of the season. That is the plan. Can we achieve it? Now, the reason I've given so much safety when it comes to tyre life is I want to be able to push these cars when it comes to the DRS zone. If I have that extra tread on the tyre, then I can push a little bit harder, and hopefully when the grid sort of spreads out a little bit, we can really maximise the power of the AlphaTauri compared to the rest of the midfield cars. We just need to make sure we beat Haas and that we beat McLaren as well.
There we have Pierre Gasly. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. And behind them, there's Tsunoda. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. Everything's been building to this. It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
A little bit of a rough start, but if we could push early, as you can see, Gasly has the ability to get through a couple of these cars before the DRS zones and before the DRS is actually activated. So we just want to try and get Gasly up as many places as possible, but we look at Tsunoda and Tsunoda's just happy to be here. We need to try and get some pace out of Tsunoda, especially over the next few laps. But it was as soon as lap 4 when things got very interesting, when DRS activates on the main straight. Gasly finds a gap past the McLaren, hopefully, and then the Alfa Romeo opens up wide. And Gasly with an absolute ballsy move, getting straight past the McLaren. One of the best moves I've seen on this game so far.
Like AlphaTauri have found their rhythm.
This absolutely has to be move of the episode. That should have been a crash. Imagine that happening on TV.
And they've really capitalised on that opportunity. The team watching on and clearly loving that.
An absolutely insane move. So already 4 laps in and the race has got massively interesting and is about to get even more interesting. A competitor crashed. And it's Max. Verstappen's gone off.
Safety car, safety car.
Okay, time to think
And make sure you
tactics.
stay positive. Follow the...
We're going to keep Gasly going as he is, but
Sounds like there's
you
been a
know
crash.
what? We're 4 laps in.
Let's have a look.
Tsunoda
Now here we
has...
see Max Verstappen.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad crash. That's very unlike Max as well.
That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to recover?
But a
We'll
one
see.
stop is possible at Jeddah, and I think with 4 laps already on the tyres, plus you have safety cars so you can sort of charge those. You can relax on the tyres for a good 2-3 laps depending on the level of incident. I think with about 44 laps of hards and mediums, we can make it through the race with Tsunoda. Plus, if we have Tsunoda in front of Gasly, after Gasly comes out the pits, Tsunoda can hold up more cars and hopefully help Gasly get a little bit higher into the top 10. Yuki could be a pivotal tool in AlphaTauri getting more points than it deserves.
Box.
And then hopefully, icing on the cake, Yuki could get into the top 10
Need to drop
too.
the pace.
Yeah.
Charge on for now.
We'll do the usual, set every single thing like pace, fuel, and the RS to harvest and the lowest. Just save on that fuel, save on the tyres, charge the battery up, and when the safety car comes in, we can blaze the field up and hopefully start climbing even more. Gasly currently in 11th place, Tsunoda after the pit stop in 19th. Safety car was in for a good few laps. Actually, lap 9 was when it finally went in, so a good few laps just saving up on tyres. And
DRS
Tsunoda
enabled,
already
DRS enabled.
getting through a few of the cars on the grid. The quicker we could get past
They
the
take
Aston Martin and the
advantage
Williams,
muscle their
the
way
better.
through. Excellent work.
We also have Gasly fighting his way into the points.
A bold move indeed. And with that,
With a lot of people pitting as well. Gasly now in 10th officially in the points positions, just has Norris in front, Ocon, and then the faster cars of Russell, Alonso,
brilliant push
Bottas.
forward from AlphaTauri.
70% less on his tyres too, so we can push for a good couple of laps more. Yuki meanwhile just chilling out in 13th. A yellow flag later in the lap makes us a little bit worried, but find out it's actually because it's Perez has locked up on the side there, you just saw in the background. So with the field bunched up, that's going to put Perez so far behind. And if we can pass Norris as well, it's going to put us into 8th place, so we can finally focus on catching up to Ocon. Hard battling going on here. Gasly just cannot seem to find that gap to take that position. The home straight, however, doesn't fail to deliver. Even having to slow down and get rid of the DRS slightly, and even with harvesting the ERS2,
You're doing a good job.
Gasly gets through Norris and has less than 2 seconds between him and Ocon. If he can push a little bit over this lap or the next lap afterwards, we can
Okay, we
hopefully
need some deploy.
get even further up the grid.
Okay.
But whilst an opportunity to fight and battle with Ocon and take 7th is very tempting, we have to try and stick to the schedule, to the strategy this time, and we begrudgingly throw Gasly into the pits. Hopefully we can catch Ocon up a little bit later in the race. Maybe we can even undercut Ocon with Ocon having no competitors near him, no DRS. Maybe Gasly can take advantage of being as part of the group and taking that DRS, and by the time Ocon pits, we can hopefully, fingers crossed, get in front of him. As it stands, lap number 16, Tsunoda in 11th and Gasly out in 16th as well. Clear road in front, we can push the car and try and make up some vital tenths and seconds. Yuki's going to just chill out in 10th place for a bit. Got Gasly about to overtake Stroll to get up into 14th. The only problem that faces Tsunoda at the moment is after a lot of the leaders have done their pits, he has a very close and overbearing Perez and Lewis Hamilton behind him in 11th and
AlphaTauri gained a
12th.
place.
It might be worth putting up this tactic now and getting Tsunoda blocking both Perez and Hamilton. Looks like Vettel? Yeah, Vettel's up there as well. So Perez, Vettel and Hamilton approaching Tsunoda. If we can block them all off, then that would definitely help massively for Gasly and his end in position. Just before halfway in the race, Perez has caught up to Yuki, but we need to try and get Yuki to face the almost envious task of but I'm joking, it's not envious in the slightest, trying to block off the Red Bull of Perez in an AlphaTauri. It's near impossible, but for some strange reason Yuki is managing it. Massively frustrating to Perez. We've got Hamilton 2.4 seconds behind. We're even setting the ERS of the battery to try and defend, and just look at Perez trying his best, but it's going to the home straight. Surely Perez is going to get by now. His DRS is open, but he's not making an attempt. This is incredible stuff from Tsunoda. There's Hamilton coming up round the corner as well. I mean, in a perfect scenario, Hamilton will start battling Perez, and maybe we can get those two causing each other. Look at that, it's still blocking away. We're coming up to the first DRS zone now. Surely Perez is going to be taking Tsunoda here. Hamilton looking, oh, Hamilton taking a slightly different line there, and Perez finally gets through. Hamilton by the next lap managing to get by as well. Hopefully Tsunoda can grab a DRS at some point.
It's a race position gained for a Mercedes.
And who knows, maybe if there's another accident in front or there's an opportunity for Tsunoda to get by, he'll take it. Gasly going up against Vettel though. This battle's been going on for a few laps as well. Gasly just not able to get past the German legend. No, I'm not on about Hightower Frentzen. Come on, guys. Vettel's doing really well in this Aston Martin. It does make you wonder if he had a better car in this game, what exactly is he capable of? Halfway through the race though,
You're doing a good job.
Tsunoda up in 12th, Gasly 13th. We're in a good place right now. Gasly's had his pit stop.
Here's the
Tsunoda
replay.
still got
Now
a
look
good
at
amount
this.
of laps
It was
left.
the AlphaTauri driver in
I think we could do this. We could potentially get... I'd even be happy with an 8th or 9th or 9th and 10th, you know. That would not bother me one bit. We have the ability to do that. These cars are quick enough. Drivers are talented enough. Providing there's no mistakes, we can hopefully pick up a small handful of points and get the Italian team up the constructors. A flurry of pit stops from those running the top half of the race puts us in an absolutely fantastic spot if we could just end the race now as Zhou goes in as well. Currently have Yuki Tsunoda in 8th, Pierre Gasly in 9th. If I could stop the race, red flag it and take the results as they are right now, I would take this. Absolutely 100%. 35 laps in, we have basic mass, 15 left. Anything could happen now, but what we will need to do first is Tsunoda is running 36% on his tyres. We have to think about getting him very soon. However, he is holding up Gasly very slightly, so if we can find a way to get them both past each other safely, which we might actually do now, hopefully Gasly can, there we go, Gasly going for the overtake. Told Tsunoda to not fight, so he drops back a little bit quicker. And now it's up to Tsunoda again, with Perez once again creeping up behind. If he can hold these back for a little bit longer, give Gasly vital seconds ahead. This is going to be a very, very important task for Yuki. I think he's up for it. He's got Perez, Ocon an extra 4 seconds behind, then Norris, Schumacher, Zhou. After that, I don't think there's anybody who can realistically climb up and battle Yuki, but it will depend on where Yuki comes out in his latest pit stop. Whilst not as epic as the battle of the last time, Perez is out of the DRS in concerns of him catching up to Gasly, so I'll be honest, Perez is going to catch up pretty quick. Maybe we can use him to get some quick laps on Gasly and open up the gap between him and Ocon and Norris. Let's hope.
Yeah.
The next thing we'll have to worry about is just how late do we leave it with Gasly? Do we do it now? Or do we try and gamble with a quick DRS? It's going to be a close one no matter what we choose.
Copy.
But Gasly on a high tyre wear track like this is not going to be able to save those tyres at all in 12 laps. Gasly needs to pit. But I did remember what I said earlier in the race. We set a strategy for a reason. We need to stick with the strategy. Going for the pit sooner. This is going to give Gasly a good few laps to really stretch out those softs. Try and gain some positions back. We have the fuel to push as well. But we enter in 7th. Fingers crossed we can come out in a decent position as we've got Yuki coming around as well. I'm hoping Gasly does not come out behind Tsunoda, because we don't need Tsunoda, slowing down to let Gasly pass and potentially hurting his chance of the top 10 as well. But there's Gasly just there. Good timing actually, that's great timing. Just when he was a little bit closer, he could have pulled Tsunoda along with him on the DRS. We're going to have both drivers pushing now. Tsunoda on 95% medium tyres, Gasly on 98, completely new softs. I think even the softs are going to perhaps struggle on this track, but we have at least 2 positions that we need to chase for Gasly, 3 for Tsunoda. These AlphaTauris are quick enough to catch up. And there we go, as soon as I say that, Gasly already overtakes Zhou. Hopefully we can get Tsunoda to catch up pretty soon as well, but just Schumacher in front and a 5-second gap to Norris. This is not impossible. Gasly's not the only one making moves, as we have Tsunoda as well, quickly catching up to Schumacher and oh, you are kidding me. No.
Let's take a closer look.
Oh,
Now look at
no.
this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved.
Yuki!
And that's a big
I know
smash.
Alfa Romeo is
Never felt
one of our
that.
main championship rivals, but if you're going to take either of them out, please
The
make sure
team
it's
had such
Bottas.
high hopes today. What a shame.
Oh, and that's Yuki's race, surely. Yeah, major wing damage. Ah, damn it. 8 laps left. 8 laps left. Let's, yeah, replace a few of bits and pieces. In hindsight, while commentating on this, we shouldn't have changed tyres, should have kept to the mediums. But, oh, can't believe that. That's ridiculous. I'm getting massively nervous over Gasly now. Yeah, you heard me, Gasly.
Charge on. Charge on.
Nervous now, so don't mess up.
Yeah.
As through harvesting, tactically, pushing on the softs that he has left. We're quickly approaching Norris. I don't think once the next DRS zone opens up, Norris is going to have any chance whatsoever. I'm getting so nervous at that corner now. This should be a pretty simple overtake. And you know what? Ocon is only 2 seconds in front. If we can pass Ocon by the end of the race, then this was a fantastic call. But Gasly not making a move on Norris. Nervous times coming up ahead if we can't make that pass. And it's actually a full lap later when we finally make that move. 2 seconds still behind Ocon, but we'll see what we are after the DRS zone. The AlphaTauri with a hell of a boost just then. Within a second and a half by the looks of it. 1.3. You know what? 4 laps to go. We have a fantastic chance here. In fact, Gasly's just making this look so easy towards the end. 9th place at the moment. A real chance of taking 8th here. Tsunoda down in 15th. No chance of him catching up now. And Esteban is gone and behind.
4 more.
4 more laps left and we'll go quickly boost everything. Go Harris on that first corner. Deploy, attack, push.
Okay,
Just try and get a second ahead of Ocon by the first DRS zone.
For AlphaTauri.
It's already 0.6, it's already 0.7. It's nearly 0.8, it might as well be 0.8 right now. 0.86, 0.9 in front. Looking at the interval on the left hand side, and hopefully we get over a second by the time this corner is finished. Slightly weird line there from Gasly, but we are over a second, so that should mean that Ocon does not get DRS, and as long as Gasly does not make any mistakes at all, we have our first points of the season. Only a couple of laps left, we've got to hold it now. Coming around 8th place, not much left of the lap, getting his way round. 3 seconds in front of Ocon. Time to relax, set everything to safe settings. And Pierre Gasly getting AlphaTauri 8th place finish. Fantastic work. Yuki getting a 15th place and being within 10 seconds of Norris in 10th. Does make you wonder, 10 laps left, what could have been? Absolutely fantastic result for Gasly, gaining all those places. AlphaTauri from the start, backs against the wall, both fighting absolutely gallantly, gutted the Yuki. Should have been a double AlphaTauri points finish, but yeah, small financial gains due to messing up the qualifying, but we've overtaken Haas and McLaren in the constructors, so we are on track and hopefully in a good place with the board of directors. As promised, we got ourselves a new reserve driver. We managed to get Piastri, the real life Alpine, I mean McLaren, is it Alpine, McLaren, AlphaTauri? Doesn't matter though, because on this game, he is with AlphaTauri as a reserve driver. 3 years, which gives him enough time to develop into a very quick number 2. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to do something extremely hard right now. You see, I've seen somebody join that race who I want to gamble on, and it's Yuki who's going to have to take the hit. I hope he gets another F1 seat, but Tsunoda, I am so sorry. So I did lie slightly at the start when I found out it only takes 2 races before you can actually start hiring people. After we got Piastri, I had a look at the drivers market and I thought, who can I go for that nobody on any other playthrough has gone through yet? And I found him. It costs a little bit, but I have full confidence that he, alongside Pierre Gasly, is going to get me plenty of points. Thing is though, who do you think it is? Let me know in the comments underneath who you think I've gone for in the end. Once again, just let me know how you're getting on with your playthrough, and also how the episode is lined up. Like, if you like how it's laid out, the format, let me know. Like, any feedback is completely welcomed. Underneath stream in the video description, you'll find links to the Discord, Twitter, all that wonderful stuff as well. So make sure you click all those, check it out, press a like on the video, turn the bell on for notifications so you never miss another episode. But most importantly, make sure you subscribe and check out the rest of the content on the channel. We'll continue with our McLaren playthrough on twitch.tv/jcool, spelled exactly the same as this channel is. And hopefully I can see you there, but if not, I shall definitely see you on the next video. Take care of yourselves, guys, and most importantly, take care of each other. Thank you so much for watching.